Another issue that's probably not real high on the radar screen, but something I've had an interest in for a long time and never have been able to figure out how to make a difference, and that's the democracy in Burma. At last year's budget hearing, I asked you about the administration's plan to counter Chinese influence in Burma. A year later, I still don't see a coherent strategy on that. The department repeatedly declined to obligate funds to implement the Burma Act, and it softened its policy toward Chinese-backed military junta. So, Mr. Secretary, when Hong Kong's pro-democracy advocates were under attack, you stood by them, both on principle and because friends of democracy tend to be friends of America. So does the State Department have a preference on whether Burma is ruled by a Chinese-backed junta or by duly elected civilian leaders? Or is the policy toward Burma agnostic toward values and stable outcomes?
Yeah, I don't think our policies will ever be agnostic anywhere in the world. If we had our choice and our preference, we would much prefer to deal with a democratically elected government that's friendly to the United States than one that isn't and is under the control of a foreign power. The challenge in Burma has been obviously that the Chinese hold a tremendous amount of leverage over that system there. And we have tried to find and continue to search for creative ways in which we can at least have a relationship with elements within Burma, but it's been a hard nut to crack, obviously, because both the regime that's in place has been brutal in the way that it's governed, and because the amount of leverage and influence that China has over them. So we continue to seek opportunities to change that dynamic, and maybe there's in baby steps, maybe that's in leaps. You never know when history provides a unique opening and an opportunity. But to your fundamental question, look, ideally, and by the way, dealing with democracies is not always easy because they change governments, and sometimes the person who got elected is a little less friendly to us than the others. But over time, we have found that our ability to interact with democratically elected governments is much more stable and much more in our interest than otherwise. In some cases, you don't get that option, unfortunately. And I'm not saying that Burma is incapable of democracy. I'm just saying that as the circumstances there exist right now, we are still searching for creative, innovative ways in which we can sort of find our way to at least have some relationship with individuals who have a chance to make a difference there and give them a chance to make that difference.